We have. Oh, you know what? I gotta put this on the right thing. Day 5 of 12. Update that information. There we go. We have been working on this JS13 game. The whole idea is you have to make a JavaScript game, and all of the assets, when zipped up, have to fit into exactly 13 kilobytes or less. And it has to be a full game. Or I guess it doesn't, have to be a full game, but you'd get more points if it was. This is a competition that happens each August, and this is basically, I have decided I'm going to enter it this year, so this is just a little bit of practice. And that's sort of what we're doing. So I'm going to start off the day and come up with a couple of things that I want to do. 04, 17. And to come up with the things that we want to do, we're taking a look at the idea here and focusing on some of the stuff that we have. First off, let's just take a look at how it works. So terminal, ws, local host, 8000, index debug. All right, so this is our simple game. The idea is you move around, and as you collect items, you can then do stuff with them. Alright, perfect. And then we have this door here.
You win sound. Yay!
Yeah, that's my favorite. That is my favorite. I'm sorry. That was just so much fun last night. And then you win when you get to the end. And this is like a really, really, really high level how it all sort of works. And what I want to start working on now is fleshing this out more into a game. So we have sort of the basic interactions, and we have, some basic graphics. Currently using emojis for items, and I think I want to keep using emojis for items because, well, they're basically free. They don't cost you anything except 2 bytes. Which is great. So this key, that's not actually graphics on my computer. If you open this in a different browser, that key is going to look different, which is totally fine. Alright, so we have the graphics. For the interactions, you can move the character. You can pick up items and only perform certain actions when you have the correct items, which are really important. As far as music, we have sound effects for when you pick up items and when you win. And then, yeah, we don't actually have a tutorial yet. And as far as the theme, we don't really have a theme per se. What I mean by theme here is that it's different than the story. The story is like, why are we playing this game? What are we trying to accomplish? And how all the actions that you do affect the plot, basically. And then the theme is like, is it dark? Is it eerie? Is it happy? That sort of a thing. And so we're sort of trying to figure out a couple of what should actually go into these. And to give you an idea, last night I was working on this, and the Michael Jolly stopped by, and let's go ahead and give the Michael Jolly a shout out because he's awesome. The Michael Jolly. Do follow the Michael Jolly. He's awesome. He has a great stream. Everything about it's a lot of fun. He's a great developer, super fun to watch, and highly recommend checking him out when you have a chance. Also, if you want to give someone else a shout out, just use the bang so command and then put in their Twitch name, and it'll link right to them. Okay. All right. So we have, as I was working with him, we basically decided that this is going to be sort of an escape room game. And this isn't necessarily the final board that you're looking at here. This is more like what we have done so far as like a getting it off the ground sort of a thing. And then the idea is you have this flashlight, so it needs to be dark. And to make it dark, we said it's nighttime and the power is out. I think what's going to happen is like you were sleeping in the office, and then, all right, so you were sleeping in the office, and you get a phone call. The person on the phone tells you that the system is down. If y'all ever watched Homestar Runner, the system is down. The system. It's one of my favorites. Tells you that the system is down, gives you an idea of what you need to get it back up. This is going to be tied into the tutorial, and tells you where to find a flashlight, which you'll need to see in some of the darker areas. Okay. So that's going to be like the tutorial part of it. I'm going to start marking these off as we have done them, like sort of like this, so that I can just add new things here and say, okay, let's get more things going. All right, for the graphics, let's just be real simple and say need a door. For the exit, need a player model for the player. And these can be super simple. I imagine we can just find emojis for these and swap these out really quickly, which we might do in just a few minutes. The tutorial is really what I want to work on today. And this is going to tie in a little bit to the theme and a little bit to the story. But the tutorial is the game begins and asks you to, well, begins, you need to get the phone, so there needs to be like a button. All right, in order for the sound to work, you have to interact with the page in some way, shape, or form. So I think I'm going to make it so that you have to click a button to start the game. That's it. Click button to start game. Screen goes dark. Phone ring happens. And then I think you're gonna have to like get up off of your bed and then walk over to the desk and pick up the phone. And it's just gonna keep ringing and being annoying until you pick it up. Maybe it'll make like a little, moving something so that you know to go look at it, or maybe it'll flash or something like that, and so that you'll know to go and interact with the thing, and then you just kind of bump into it and it'll start working. Okay. When that happens, I then want it to do some sort of like text to speech. Along with some sort of pop-up interaction window. Like a conversation, actually. Conversation window. And then on top of that, it's click to continue. All right. Should cover some basics, like, and this is what you're trying to achieve, where to find the first item, and add some suspense. The game is called We're Losing Money, and the idea of the game is that you play it multiple times and you get like different buildings each time. This was something that we talked about last night as well. You get different buildings each time, and the goal is to find all of the things that you need in this building and then get to the place to get the system turned back online. And every time you make a move, we're losing money. So you need to do it as quickly as possible. And it's not like a time based. If you stand still for a long time, it doesn't subtract from your score. But if every time you make a move to the next location, then time passes and you start losing money. And I want to put a big how much money we're losing up here. And the idea is that you have to keep the money, you have to keep the company from going broke and still get the system back online in time. So you can lose the game if the company goes bankrupt, and there's a leaderboard for how much money the game has won or lost as you play through it. All right. So let's get to that. What are we going to actually do today? I really want to focus on this tutorial thing. So let's make it first that, all right, to do here. To do. When you start the game, show the leaderboard. All right, click to start new game. When game completes, oh wait, add move counter. When the game completes, show the leaderboard. All right, so this is, and if we have time, then we'll say, let's do the really simple stuff first. Add graphics for player and door. And then we want something like, dialogue view. Sure, something like that. Okay. So graphics for the player and the door. This is going to be all done in here. I think we have this is the player. So let's put some graphics in here. The way that we do this is like this. And then the content is going to be emoji people. I don't want faces. I want like the ones that are Is there like a tech one? Mechanic? Factory worker? Pilot? Detective? That one's kind of cool. Astronaut? Construction worker? Princess? Tuxedo? Mage? Fairy? Can I view these larger? Why, yes, I can. Artist. Judge. Maybe health worker. I don't know. Which one of these is good? Bowing. Frowning. Family. Person in a steamy room. Okay, that's interesting. Person walking. Maybe person walking's not that bad. Zombie. Genie? I like genie. Let's just go with genie. Vampire? Okay, let's go with genie. The way that we go with this is we just copy it and then we paste it in there. Genie. Perfect. Now it's player. Crap. Item dot player dot before, and then we no longer want a background. How do we do this? Nope, we gotta do it like that. And instead we want these things. Line height. Unfortunately, that line height needs to be we could save ourselves a lot of trouble by defining this line height in a better place on the grid. Okay, that should take care of that. Let's see what happens when we refresh. Uh-oh. Player. I think maybe it's not item. Let's try that one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. So now you're this. Okay. And let's go get one for the door. Which I just called first child, and instead what I want to do is call it a door. Okay. So that is actually going to take a little bit of time to do. And what we want to do is say make item. If item dot collectible if not item dot collectible. Okay. So now how do we make items? Player grid dot cells make item. Keys true true true, and then we want door false. Let's go to make item. Make item collectible. Is it able or able? Collectable. Collectible. Okay, got it right the first time. Collectible. All right. There we go. Now we want to make item door. Let's go choose a door. Emoji door. That's a good one right there, door. Is that the only door? Locked with key. Okay. Door. I guess door is just what it is. Let's copy that. item dot door before content. Now we need to make sure that when you interact with it, it's not based on the cell location, but it's actually based on the door. So currently we have check win that happens when and then let's just do locked true. Alright, so let's go like this now. And we want to say make item attributes. And let's say let item equal this, return item, and then I want to say attributes dot keys. Oh, object dot keys of attributes dot for each key, and for this we want to say item if not item dot has own property, or how about if item dot has own property, throw can not overwrite required property on item plus key. Okay. Otherwise, we just say item key equals item equals attributes key. All right, perfect. Oops. So this lets us add additional items to it, and what I want to do is I want to say that the door is locked, and now when we check for a winning condition, we can just check if the door is locked or not. We don't have to actually check if you've got all these things. Okay. If let's just do it like this. Okay. And then handle player move. Check win. I don't think we need to do this anymore. Alright, so pickup items can only be picked up items that are collectible. If not item.collectible, return. Otherwise, do this. Alright, let's say let's say let's say you want to check if it's a win. Alright, let's not make too many changes here and get all crazy. Let's just stick to the easy stuff and then try to get as much as we can done. So player.row, player.call. I don't want to do this. I want to check if the cell has pick up items, new cell. And player, sure. And then what I want to do is I want to see if the cell, all right, if the cell, all right, cell dot items dot filter item dot name equals door, or door equals doors if doors dot length equals 0, then return. Otherwise, we need all these items. Otherwise, we need all these items. Where does player come from, and why is player not passed in? New cells. Okay, we're going to call this cell. Okay. Maybe there's a way to go from the player to its current cell and then see what's in the current cell of the player. I don't know. This is fine. Okay, cell, we just pass it in. Items.filter door. If there's no door. Alright, let's see if this actually still works. Refresh. That does not work. Object is not defined. On 134. Oops. Was it object.keys? Refresh. Okay, there we go. So we picked up the item. We picked up the item.
Heroic, you win sound. Yay!
Oh, that is not what I expected. Oh, you know why we did it like this. We want to put this at 0, 0. There we go. Let's try that again. That still didn't fix it. Why did that not work? Game. Oh. You gotta do it in 2 places. That's problematic. So we're getting the cell, and then we're pushing an item there, and we're telling it where it's at. Maybe we just have cell.addItem, and we formalize cell. Alright, now the door is in the right place. Okay, so we moved over the door, and it decided that we did not have what we needed.
People, people, people. Heroic, you win sound. Yay!
Alright, perfect. Okay, so the long and short of this is
Heroic, you win sound. Yay!
we actually got to the point of having the graphics. So let's mark that off. Alright, when you start the game, show a leaderboard. Ooh, when you start the game, so we need a different scene altogether. Hooray. Okay, we need a different scene altogether. Probably the easiest way to do this is to just have a function called show. Okay. All right. Show constant. Let's just start it down here. constant show leaderboard. And then I want to have another one called constant run game. And then in run game, we're going to have this right here. Then we're going to have show leaderboard. All right, leaderboard is document dot query. This is the one I used in the other place. Query selector body, and that will just return the first item. It's a little bit easier. Okay. Show leaderboard. What do we want to do on the leaderboard? We want to have a giant leaderboard div. Okay. Let leaderboard equal, and we want element, create element div leaderboard. And then inside of here we want element. We want okay. We're just gonna have this be a div that sits on top. Div. All right, so body dot append child leaderboard dot element, and the way that we're going to show this is we're just going to have dot leaderboard position fixed, height 100%, width 100%, min. I think that's actually just going to work. Fixed, top 0, left 0, and then background is going to be RGBA, and for now we're just going to make it like gray and mostly transparent. Four, 4, 4, and then we want it to be mostly transparent, or 50% transparent. 8. Is that right? 80? Is that 50%? That's roughly 50%. I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so when the game loads, it should run the game, which renders the grid in the background, shows the leaderboard. One thing we also want to do is set the Z index to be like 1000, just to make sure it's always on top. Oh, I didn't actually call. Okay, well, I didn't save this, and I didn't say run game. Okay, there we go. All right, we have now our leaderboard, and we can see that it's dimming out everything. Like if we change the background to you know, F, F, F0. You can see that it's really putting it on there. Okay. Okay, that's great. I think maybe F0 is about the right amount we want to do anyway. We'll come back to that. Or maybe we just make it sort of green. How can we make this green? RG G F ooh 5 AA ooh, let's make it blue, and then let's just make it. All right, that's how we know that it's on there. Okay. Okay, let's do that. And then we want to make it so that its display is none. And then we want to make it so that it's dot leaderboard. Nope. Body dot leaderboard. And then dot leaderboard is display block. So now it should not show at all. And then if we change the body to have a class, edit as HTML, and we say class equals leaderboard. Oh. And then we drop that. Hey, all right. Leaderboard. I can't tell if that worked or not, honestly. Oh, it did. Okay, so now it's here. But it's not displaying at all. Display. Inherit? Display none. It should be blue. What is the normal display? Okay, body, edit as HTML. Edit as HTML. Class equals leaderboard. Boom. Whoa, what is going on? Oh, I'm calling the leaderboard as display none. Oh, whew. Let's just call it show equals leaderboard. And then let's change this to no. Screwed that up. And then we want show equals leaderboard. All right, refresh one more time. Body, edit as HTML. Show equals leaderboard. That didn't work. Display inherit. Display block. Okay. Leaderboard. Okay, all right. Finally figured it out. And instead of calling it show, let's call it view. Okay. Now what we want to do is on this, we want to show the leaderboard. Body dot. Ooh, I don't know how to do that. JavaScript. Add HTML property. Set attribute. Okay. Sure, let's try that. Set attribute. Show. Nope. View. Leaderboard. All right, let's try that. Okay, we see that. Now I need a button on here. Let's go. Maybe an easier way to do this would be to just do it in HTML, since this is like a static sort of a thing. Not really. Okay, let's do let element equal that, and then I want to say okay, scores equal name tiny score 1000 800 600 400 200 Ricky Tanya Jerry and Arsenal. Okay. Parseval? I think it's Parseval. All right. So you have this, and then you need to create an element for each of these. Or do you just want to show it in a table? This is tabular data. Let's show it in a table. Let's show it in a table. Render. This is sort of like render leaderboard. const show leaderboard. Okay. Render leaderboard. Like that. Okay, let's see. How long have I been doing this? 45 minutes. Okay, we're doing good. Okay. Basically, I don't actually care about the scores at the moment. Let's come back to that. What I want is a button. Let button equals create element button play element dot append child button and button dot add event listener click constant start game start game. All right, the start game function basically needs to set this attribute to be game. I think that's what we want. And then all that'll do is hide that and we can start playing. I think another thing it needs to do is like actually wire up and render the game board, but we're going to worry about that in a minute. I think, okay, so right now we have somewhere we have like, yeah, this one. We're going to put this in here now. Start game, body.add event listener, key down for handle player move. Okay, like that. So it won't start moving until you're in game mode. We don't have any way to get out of game mode at the current moment. Let's just see if this works. Yoy. Button. Button dot set attribute value equals, or how about set okay, JavaScript set button text. Hey, Clarkio, thanks for the raid. Hey, Robert Tables, welcome. Wow, 23 people. This is definitely going to be my highest ever. Clark EO, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate all of this. I hope you had a good stream today, man. I saw you were working on your Twitch highlighter stuff. I definitely got to check that out. Thanks so much. Welcome, Mike Jolly. Welcome. I am not myself. Welcome, Ronan52. This is awesome. Yeah, I am still building the game. I'm at the current point. What I'm doing is trying to make it so that there is a leaderboard that shows. Then you have to click to actually start the game. Wow, thanks for the follow. I am not myself. I really appreciate that. Hello, Angel O, and thanks for the follow as well. So yeah, I am at the point of trying to add like a little introductory type stuff to get the tutorial thing running and get a little bit of interaction going at the beginning, so you sort of know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Gave you a big shout out, Mike Jolly, right at the beginning of this to take a look at everything. Thanks so much, man. This is awesome. And welcome, Coding Gorilla. Welcome, Leem W1977. I really appreciate all the follows. This is awesome. Also, thanks for dropping a line in chat, everybody. It's fun to hang out. We're working on basically like a little game right now. I am trying to figure out how to set some button text. And then as soon as I get that done, I'll give you a quick example of how all of this works. Set attribute content. Yeah, let's do that. Set attribute content. Content. Play. All right, let's see if that worked. Nope. Button.set attribute. Refresh. Well, I just can't figure it out. But, all right, if you click this button, basically this disappears. Oh, Lee is fine. Absolutely, I will call you Lee from now on. Thanks for joining. How about a 2-minute explanation of what the project is, its size restrictions, and why? Okay, awesome. So what we're doing is we're starting, we're practicing every call it September, August, something like that. There's a competition called JS13K. And the way that it works is you have to build a complete game in JavaScript that all of the assets for the entire game fit in 13 kilobytes or less. Has to run in at least Chrome and Firefox. I don't think they have rules about the other ones. What they do is they give you a theme, and you have to sort of incorporate the theme into your game, and then you just have to do the best you can without actually going over 13 kilobytes. So let's just take a quick look at some of the like entries so you can see the quality and the amazingness that some of these like fall into. Here's this one game called Underrun. This is the one that won, so you can imagine it's going to be pretty good. And tell me if y'all can hear the sound. All of this sound, this whole like terminal thing they got going on to sort of introduce the game and tell you about it. All of this. And then when you get into it and you start playing the game, it is a straight up 3D walk around shooter. And you like shoot these things right here. I'm getting pretty good at this game because I've played it quite a few times. Like, so for winning, this is sort of the idea. And the way that they incorporate the theme into this is you have entered like this world where the servers are offline and you have to go touch them to turn them back online. Ooh, I'm getting owned. And then you can pick up these little things, and this is one of the ones, and you got to touch it to turn it back on, and you can see you get a little thing up here in the corner, shows you what all you've touched so far. And all of this was done in 13K. Like, this is really just incredible. All of the little shooting things, like lights follow them, all of the AI to move the things around, all of it, 13K. And so I'm super interested to get into just this game, or this sort of this contest for this year. And I'm doing a little bit of practice. The way that I am doing it is not a 3D game. I am doing a two-dimensional game. And let's just take a quick example at some of these. So here's the one that got second place. I'm not going to turn the music on for this one because it's awful. That's the music. And you go through it, but the way that this one works is you have to, it's basically like a giant puzzle game, and you have to come over here, and now you've turned the oxygen on, and you can see you have a little oxygen meter over here, and you have to get power to all of these different components. have to get power to this one, have to get power to this one. There's more components down here as you get further and further. Here's another component. There's one over here on the left. And all of this is like all again done in 13 kilobytes, which is really incredible. So this is something that I want to enter this year, and this is what I am practicing on right now. The way that I have gone about this is to create like a little grid world, and it's going to end up being a it's going to end up being like a sort of escape room thing where you have to walk around and collect different items and interact with things in different ways in order to get as far as you can. And the story that this game is that we've come up with so far is you sort of wake up and the phone is ringing, and you have to answer the phone, and then when you answer the phone, it's going to start telling you like what it is that's happened and what it is that you need to do. The power is out in this building. You are asleep in your office. There's a little bit of light coming in from the window, so you can see a little bit of the room in the first room that you're in. But when you pick up the phone, they tell you, "Oh, the server's offline and we're losing money. We have to get to the point where we start making money again. Get the servers back online." And he says, it's going to be really dark. When you get through here, you can find a flashlight in my desk. And then that's it, and that's really all you're going to get to start with. And you have to get the flashlight, and then you have to be able to walk around and see, and you have to collect these like data discs. That's me making little noise sound effects. And then when you get a flashlight, it'll actually turn on, like whatever direction you're moving, you'll be able to see around you. And then you need keys to open doors and stuff like this. So you'll have to collect these different things, and then you'll be able to move.
You win sound, yay!
All right, for my little demo, it was just like, all right, let's have some interaction so that it just does something when you have all the right stuff. And this is sort of the game and what we're working on at the moment. So what I'm doing right now is making a leaderboard, which will show up when you start the game, and then you'll click through the leaderboard to actually get into the game, start moving around and start interacting with it. And then the way that I have planned all of this out is you'll notice that the title today is Day 5 of 12. I stream 3 times a week for 2 hours a day. I want to get all of this done in 24 hours because you have 1 month to do this for the real competition. And I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to devote to it toward, when the real competition gets here. So this is my goal right now, which is just get something, practice, get through an entire game, get all of the components of a game done in there in the amount of time that we have. And that's it. Really today what we want to do is just get this leaderboard set up. We want to get the interaction so that you can click through to the game. Add a move counter, which basically counts the number of moves, and the smallest number of moves will move you higher up the leaderboard. And then we want to get a little bit of a dialogue view, so when the person calls on the phone and you pick up the phone, there's some text interaction that you can read through. And I'd also like to try and get some text-to-speech going, so there's a little bit of like, oh, okay, just a little bit of flash to it. And that's what we're working on. If anybody has any ideas, drop a line. Totally interested in like taking notes and incorporating whatever we can. Well, thanks for stopping by, Lee. I really appreciate it, and have a good one. All right, let's get back to it. So when you start the game, we want to show the leaderboard. I do show the leaderboard. I have this button on here, but for some reason I can't seem to get the content of the button to actually display. So, oh look, the content is play. I did set it. It just turns out that the content isn't what actually does it. So maybe it's inner HTML. Is there a set text? I really don't like setting inner HTML like this. Setting a button's value. Button name. Do you have to call inner HTML? Is that just how it works? Well, just want to get it done, so we're not going to worry about it. So not set attribute, we're going to say inner HTML. HTML equals play. All right, let's see if that worked. Okay, that did work. Now, let's do a little CSS. See if we can get this thing in the middle. Leaderboard. Dot leaderboard. Dot play. And I think what I want to do is go ahead and add a class to it. Button play. Yeah, we did that. So it should have a class of play. It does have a class of play. Great. Okay, so now we have this play button. Maybe what we want to do here is say margin 0 auto. That should center it. We would like for it to have some top margin. First off, let's give it some padding. 15px. Font size? I don't know. 30? I don't know how big that is. Let's go bigger. Let's go 100. And that did not center it. Why not? Because it's not a block element. Display block. Okay. Wow. Setting the font size to 100 did not do anything. PX. There we go. It doesn't look like a button. That's interesting. I don't really know. I don't know how to make that look like a button. Let's just put some margin in. Top. How about position absolute top 50px. Nope, 50%. Margin top minus 100px. Height 200px. Left 50%. Round the corners. Border radius 20px. Left 50%. I don't really know how to do this one actually. Let's see if this works. Oh, it has a button thing there. I can see it now. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that? Oh, it does have. Look at that. That's crazy. What if we just say border none? Okay. Width. Let's just set a width. Left 50%. Width 400px. Margin left minus 200px. Alright, giant button says play. Oh, we need a cursor. Good call. Pointer. Alright, there we go. Play. Hey, alright. Okay, so the leaderboard goes away. We play the game. Now what I want to do is make it so that I want to put a little to-do in here for make sound when you try to interact with a locked door. And we should actually prevent you from reaching that cell with the door. Okay. So you got to bump into it to unlock it, and then you can go onto it, and it takes you to whatever the next place is. All right, so when you start the game, show the leaderboard. Click Start to start a new game. Add a move counter. Add a move counter. Okay, sure. Let move counter equals 0. You'll notice that this is all on the global state right now. I'm not worried about that. This is really about like getting something quick and dirty done and then cleaning it up later, which is going to happen probably in the last week of work on this. We are, in order to play more than one game at the same time, going to have to be able to create all of the memory that we need for a single game and then destroy it all when the game is over. But we'll come back around to that whenever we need to. So for now, I'm just going to have a move counter. And this is going to be really easy because we have a function called handle move. And all we're going to do here is say move counter plus plus. And then we want to display it. All right, let's make an actual move counter a thing. This needs to be moves 0. Element is going to be create element div move counter. And then we want a thing called constant increment move counter. And I'm going to put a number in here so that we can give penalties later on. Round the corners, move cursor, make it work, make it work, make it right, make it fast. Yeah, I like that. Make it work, make it right, make it fast. That's basically it. Yeah, that whole making it work, that's easy. Making it right, that's super hard. Making it fast, that's super fun. Okay. We want move counter dot moves plus equals value. And then in this case we want element dot inner HTML equal, what do we want this to be? Inner HTML equals no, move counter dot element dot inner HTML equals moves plus move counter dot moves. We're just going to do this really quick and dirty. All right, same idea. We now need to render the grid. And here what we're going to do is say grid dot element dot append child. Oh, nope. Yeah, we'll come up and find a better place to do this later on. Move counter. Yeah. Move counter. Grid.element.append child. Move counter.element. Okay. And then when again we need some CSS. And I think what we want to do here is say something like move counter No, we want to immediately render it. Increment move counter 0. Okay. All right. Let's go to styles.css. And now inside the grid, there is going to be an element called move counter. So let's just go down to the bottom. Dot move counter. And for this, we just want position fixed, top 0, left 50%, height, I don't know, 100, px, width 100%. So we don't actually need left anymore. We want top 0, height, width 100%, text align, center, line height 100%. Nope. 100 pixels. Let's see if that renders. Play. Move 0. Well, it's kind of up there. Oh. That's a weird spot for it to be. Left 0. 0. And let's do font size 80 pixels. Refresh. Move 0. Oh, it's not updating. Okay. When I move, oh, I didn't call increment move counter when a move happens. Handle move. Increment move counter 1. Refresh. Play. Nice.
People. Heroic, you win sound. Yay!
All right. Okay. So now we have a move counter that counts up as we go. We can style it and make it all pretty later. But we have a move counter. When the game completes, show the leaderboard. Yep. All right. I'm going to reorder these because I know that one's going to be hard. Okay. So we have a dialog view that we want to implement, and I think I want the dialog view to sort of show up down below. Now, both of these are going to be hard. That's fine. All right. We want, or maybe we'll have the dialog view be up here. Let's work on that. Okay, what do I want this dialog view to look like? Let's just make a little template for it first, so that I kind of have an idea about what I want it to look like. We're going to do div class equals dialog. And then we're going to have left and right. So for now, excuse me, we're just going to have left. There's really going to be two things in here. There's going to be div text. Hey, are you awake? I've been trying to call you for an hour. Alright, and then we're going to have a class equals text, and class equals avatar. Okay? And for this, we need another emoji. This time of, some sort of person. Emoji person. Not a pedestrian. People. Give me a person. Sure, this one. Just copy. There we go. This is just an example for now. Alright, what we're going to do here is refresh all of this, play. Okay, now I want to put this dialogue up here and style the dialogue. Leaderboard. Where is it? There it is, dialogue left. Alright, so dialogue. Add. Okay. Just dialogue. And then I want to say... Come on, you can do it. Top 100 px. Position absolute. No, don't do it up there. Position absolute. What else? Padding. No, let's make it background orange, just so I can see it. Border 2px solid dark blue, whatever. Border radius 20px. Padding 30px. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now I want it to be in the center. And I want to fix the width. Margin 0 auto. I did position absolute. That does nothing. So maybe I want to fix the width. Width. Let's go with 600px. 400px. There we go. Left 50%. Margin left minus 200px. Ooh. Plus the padding, plus the border. Let's go 230px. And then I want to change this to border box sizing. Border box, there we go. Oh, now I can go back to my 200 here. Okay. Let's get a z-index going. Z-index of 2. Sure. And then if we were to, there we go, like that a little bit. Okay. Now this emoji. Let's get the emoji going. Let's go plus dialogue left. And then I have dot avatar. Let's change the font size here. Let's go plus. Nope, dialogue. Dot text. And I want the font size to be 2em. Ooh, that's big. Let's go with 1.5 em. I'll take that. That's okay. And then I want this emoji avatar. Let's get rid of left. Well, no, we'll keep the left. Get rid of this left. Alright, for the avatar, I want the font size to be 5 EM. Yeah, nice and big. This is going to mimic the Mike Jolly's chat on his stream a little bit. That's the plan here, anyway. Position absolute. There we go. Border. Nope. Let's go with yeah. Background. I don't know. Black for now. Nope. Gray. No, everything's gray. Purple. Cyan? Cyan. I can go with cyan. Sure. Again, this styling is just like get it done, move on. Border radius. It's going to be 25px. Nope. Going to be 50px. There we go. Width 100. Height 100px. Alright, now we're going to change the font size to be 80px. Nope. 70px. Sure. Text align. Center. Line height 100px. That's about as centered as we're going to get. Okay. Left 0. Margin left minus 50px. Alright, this margin left and the left are what I want to change. Okay, so let's go inspect on this one. And then we want to change these right here. We want to add in dot dialog dot dialog dot left dot avatar, and that's what we want right there. And then we want to delete these. That would be a lot easier if I could just delete them. Delete. Man, the Chrome Inspector is one of my favorite things ever. I know it's been around for a long time, like in other tools. What was it originally? Like Firebug was the first time I saw anything like it. And it's just like, it's just so wildly useful. It's just so incredibly and wildly useful. It's really unbelievable. All right. We want to set the bottom. Bottom 0. Margin bottom minus 50px. We're gonna have to add some more padding. Okay. Inspect. Inspect. Dialog left. Padding. Padding. 30. 50px. Not 50xb, 50px. There we go. Perfect. All right, that's left. I really want it to be wider. I want to get rid of this border box. And I want to move it left 50%, width margin left minus 231. 231. That's not left. Oh, I made it 50. 251. There we go. And then I want the same thing for right. Okay, actually this is good. Let's go ahead and just copy all this stuff. Styles. Dot dialog. Does anybody here work with front end stuff like this very often? Like, what kind of tools do you use to make this stuff easier? I'm so used to doing it by hand. I'm like the classic developer when it comes to this kind of stuff. Inspect. We want both of these right here. Dot dialog left. And then dialog right. Usually design things in Sketch.app app on a Mac, and then you can copy all of the attributes as real working CSS. That's pretty cool. Flexbox. Man, I don't even know how Flexbox works. I know that like it's supposed to make everybody's life easier. In the past, I've usually just gone out and grabbed like Twitter Bootstrap or something like that, and then just marking everything up in HTML and everything just kind of works. And like the total amount of CSS that I would write would end up being like, I don't know, a dozen lines. But for something like this, yeah, especially where I keep writing the same things over and over and over, probably want to come up with a better way of doing that. Here's an actual game that teaches you Flexbox. That's cool. Let's take a look at that. Flexbox Froggy. Welcome to Flexbox Froggy. Let's zoom in so you can see. Welcome to Flexbox Froggy, a game where you can help Froggy and his friends by writing CSS. Guide the frog to the lily pad on the right by using the justify content property, which aligns items horizontally and accepts the following values. All right. Justify content. Flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. For example, flex end. Hey. We'll move the frog to the right. Items align to the right side of the container. To the center of the container, space between equals spacing between them. Items display with equal spacing around them. All right, level 2. Use justify content again to help these frogs get to their lily pads. Remember that the CSS property aligns items horizontally and accepts the following values. Justify content. What's this one? Flex center? I feel like that should have done it. No, just center. A. Okay, that's cool. Probably don't want to waste my time doing this on stream, but I will definitely keep this right over here and do this as soon as I press the stop streaming button. Okay, yeah, that's super valuable. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have basically you can shove an avatar in a box. You can move it to the left and the right. Hopefully you can move it to the left and the right. Did I actually save this? Let's refresh. Play. Oh, I didn't get my font size. Dialogue. Font size. What did I say? 80px? Oh, I did not say 80px. Inspect. What did I say? Let's go with, I think it was 2em. No, it was 1.5. 1.5 em. That's what it was. Okay, 1.5 em. 1.5. 1.5 em. Yeah, man, I really appreciate that. Have fun. Appreciate you lurking. Oh, let We need to take a let's take a stretch break for a moment. Put your hands up, put them above your head, grasp, lean to one side, lean to the other side, push back. All right. Save, refresh, play. All right, we have the right size now, and I should be able to dialogue right. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Inspect. Bottom. Margin bottom. Did I not create right? Oh, I put left in there twice. That's cool. Right. Cool. Okay. One more time with love. Right. Hey, all right. So now we can go bounce back and forth with a little bit of conversation. This person says something. This person says something. This person says something. This person says something. That's the idea. Okay. So now what we want to have happen is when the game starts. All right, well, first let's go back to the to-do list. We have a dialogue view, but it doesn't actually do anything. Write some dialogue. Write some dialogue and have it update when clicked. And I should probably put a little note down here, like click to continue, which I feel like we can do pretty easily. Index debug. Let's do div class equals click to continue. Okay. Click to continue. And then let's style that. Inspect. Click to continue. We want to have bottom 0. Position absolute. Text align center. That didn't really do anything. Width 100%. Sure, whatever. Left 0. Okay. Font size 10px. Nope. 15px. Okay, perfect. Click to continue. Styles. Dot dialog. Click to continue. Element dot style. That's unhelpful. All right, click to continue. And then what we need now is like dialogue needs to be passed in as an array. You click through each of the ones in the array, it updates each time. It updates each time and then it disappears. Okay, let's do that. How long have I been here? All right, I got 26 minutes if I'm going to spend 2 hours on this. That's pretty good. I think we can get this done in 26 minutes. Okay. Game. Let's make a dialogue. var dialog. Okay, how are we going to do this? Kind of want this to be a class. All right, class dialog. Sure, dialog. All right. Constructor. Text. Nope. Convo. We want this dot convo equals convo, and then we want this dot element equals create element div, and dialog. And we want this dot text equals create element div text. This dot avatar equals create element div avatar, and this dot click. Actually, I don't even really care about this. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to say this dot element dot append child this dot text, this dot element dot append child this dot avatar. Should be really specific about this. Text element, avatar element, text element, avatar element, and then I want this dot element dot append child create element. Nope, can't do it. It'd be way too easy. Let click to continue element equals create element div click to continue, I think I called it. Click to continue. Click to continue element dot inner HTML equals click to continue, and then we can say click to continue element. Alright, this will create all the stuff that we need. Now what we want to do is say render. How do I declare a function on a class? Wait, we used this, so upvote. Oh, I'm not logged in here. I'm gonna cheat. Go to my regular one. New tab. Nope. Go over here. Stack Overflow. Bloop. Go here. Control C. Control V. And I'm going to say this one and this one. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay. Now we want to say JavaScript class function definition. Modern JavaScript tutorial. Class user. Okay, it's just a function. Render. Alright. How are we going to do this? I don't want to have that be like that. I think I want to do it like this. No, we're just gonna have each one of these. Okay, so render basically means append the element to the DOM. Body.append. Nope. Okay. All right, we want set this dot index equals 0. All right, set text move text next. All right, we're gonna try it like this. We're gonna say this dot text element dot. I really don't like setting inner HTML now. That's a giant, huge, mega issue to do. Find a better way than setting inner HTML. Equals, oh wait, nope. Const index equals -1. Move text next. Okay, constant next item equals this dot convo this dot index. And then we want to say the inner HTML equals next item dot text and this dot avatar element dot inner HTML equals next item dot avatar. Okay. So we set the inner HTML, we set the avatar, and then we want to this dot element dot remove dot classless dot remove left this dot element dot class list dot remove right this dot element dot class list dot add item dot side whatever. Okay, so now we have set this and we want to say this dot index plus plus. All right, so this takes the conversation and then it updates all of the items and then it does this. Render now needs to basically be move text next this dot move text next and body dot append child. Actually, let's just do this at the time that we do this, and then we can even say and then we can even say we'll come back to that. Okay, body dot append child this dot element. Okay, is this doing what I think it's doing? When we call the render, it's going to put the thing on the screen. Probably want an unrender here. Body.remove child. This.element. I think we actually have a better way of doing this, which is unrender of this.element, because we already have an unrender function. Okay. The last... Alright, well, alright, so this will put the first one on there. Let's go ahead and create a dialog. Okay. Var intro dialog equals new dialog, and we're going to pass it a conversation. This conversation is side left avatar. We'll come back to that. And what is text? And then basically we want a bunch of these. Put it on the right. Alright, let's go get our avatar. Control C. Let's get this avatar. I'm having trouble selecting that avatar. There it is. Okay, text. Hey, are you awake? I've been trying to call you for an hour. Oh, you have you? Hey, what's going on? It's dark in here, and my head is killing me. Alright. What time did you... Why are you still in the office? I don't know. What's... Alright. You know what? You know what? Don't worry about it. That's not what matters right now. What do you mean? What's wrong? The power is out and the system is offline. Oops. We're losing money. And we're losing it fast. How much do we have? What can I do about it? Get the system back online. You need to collect the Windows 3.1 disk from around the office. and restore the OS on the main server, whatever. But it's dark in here. But it's pitch black in here. I can't see anything. There's a flashlight in my desk in the next room over. Hurry up. We're counting on you. Alright, that's it. Okay, so we have created this dialogue. And now what we want to do is we want to put this dialogue in the main page. We want to put this dialogue in the main page. We want to put this dialogue in the main page. Render leaderboard, show leaderboard. What we want is intro dialogue dot render. Alright, that should add it to the page. Let's just see if all of this shows up. And we should be able to delete this. And let's see if it shows up. Well, nothing showed up, so that's not good. There's a console error. Item is not defined in dialog.moveNext. Next item. Next item. Refresh. Hey, alright. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Now we need to make it so that when you click on this thing, it actually does something. Okay, so we want actually, I'm imagining we can just do something like element this dot element dot add event listener, click, and this dot move text next. Oh, cannot read property undefined of undefined. Man. Maybe it's something like one of these issues. Const that equals this, and then we say that dot move text next. Refresh, play, click. Hey, what's going on? It's dark in there and my head is killing me. Why are you still in the office? I don't know what's... You know what? Don't worry about it. That's not what matters right now. What do you mean? What's wrong? The power is out and the system is offline. We're losing money and we're losing it fast. Wait, how much do we have? What can I do about it? Get the system back online. You need to collect the Windows 3.1 disk from around the office and restore the OS on the main server. But it's pitch black in here. I can't see anything. The flashlight in my oh, there's a flashlight in my desk in the next room over. Hurry up, we're counting on you. Oh yeah, that's right. On the last one, you need to like not die. Okay. If if next if this dot index is greater than next item dot length next item this dot convo dot length, then we want to unrender this dot unrender return. Try that one more time. Play. Click, 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 click. Crap all. Cannot read property text of undefined. If this dot index is greater than or equal to cannot read property parent node of undefined. Huh. That's weird. Is unrender? I thought unrender. Ooh. Oh, it's expecting it to have an element as part of it, but I feel like I did that. This dot element. Right? This dot element. I feel like the dialog has an element property. Let's just do, oh, I sent it. I want to just send it this. Okay. One more time with feeling. Click, 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 click. Oh, all right. Okay, there we go. And what happened? The dialogue goes away when you're all done. That's awesome. Probably want to make it so that you can control it with the keyboard. Not going to worry about it that much. It says click to continue. I feel okay about that. All right. Let's see. To-do list. Write some dialogue and have it update when clicked. Great. When the game completes, show the leaderboard. Well, we can hack that. We can hack that really, really fast. We're not going to get it till so we can actually play the game again, but we can actually just show the leaderboard when the game ends. So we need to, there's a check win function. So at this point we need like a game controller. Check win. You have won. We alert. Maybe alerting is a bad idea here. We have another conversation, and at the end of the conversation it triggers something else. Oh, thank you. You have won the game. You have gotten the system back on. We didn't go broke. Whatever. All right. You have brought the system back online. Set timeout. No. This won't happen until the alert returns. So we can go ahead and do this, which is this show leaderboard. I think we just call show leaderboard. Show leaderboard. Check win. Check win. Check win. Show leaderboard. Refresh. Play. Click, 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 click.
Beeple, beeple, beeple. Heroic, you win sound. Yay!
Okay. All right. The only problem here, of course, is if you press the play button, it just goes right back to the same game. We want to reset the game and randomize it. Okay. That's going to be it for today. I think we're going to go ahead and check all of this in. I really appreciate everybody stopping by and hanging out, even if you were lurking. It really like helps my motivation for working on this stuff. I had a whole lot of fun with it, and I will not be back again this week, but I'm going to be back on Monday, and we're going to do day 6 on Monday, and then I'll be back to my regular schedule. Yeah, I got to go out of town this weekend, and then I'll be back next weekend. My normal schedule is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from noon until, 2, 3, 4, whatever time I end up stopping. Um, Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all of the follows. JS Tom, Clarkio, Coding Gorilla, Liam W 1977, Angel O, I Am Not Myself. I really, really, really appreciate all of it. Ronan 52, everything awesome. And I will see y'all soon. Thank you so much. I'm also hanging out in pretty much everybody else's streams, so please go ahead and say hi if you see me around. I would love to chat with you. Everybody have a good one. Bye.